This episode of the GBN Cast is brought to you by Audible. For a free 30-day trial and to receive a free audiobook, just head on over to audible.com/GameBreaker. What's up, everybody? Welcome to GBN Cast, episode 8 for October 25th, 2013. I'm Gary Gannon. You're watching the GBN Cast, the show where we talk all about the GameBreaker Nation and what's going on behind the scenes with GameBreaker in general. Joining me, Mr. Justin Kennedy. How are you, sir?
Doing quite good today. Nice day outside, ready to go.
What a large microphone you have, sir.
Yes, very large.
It's gigantic. All right, so talk about some GameBreaker Nation stuff. So first order of business. First up. The GameBreakerNation.com website is up, open, ready for business. We have been accepting applications. We have already started accepting many of you into the GameBreaker Nation. We've kind of been soft launching. We didn't want to overwhelm some of our back-end staff. We're trying to work through how the actual process happens, what we do with an application when we receive it, and how it gets to this person, and then how the guild officers know who to bring in. And we've been working through it. I think we're a little over, we have 300 people or so already entering.
Yeah, we're nearing up about 300 people, and I haven't even checked in the past hour, so who knows how many more people have applied.
Yeah, so get on over to GameBreakerNation.com, click apply, fill out the form, and what do we think of frequency? What do we do? Sending out those emails once or twice a day?
I'm trying right now once or twice a day. I did one early this morning, and I'll probably do one again here after the show a little bit, and then I'll definitely knock out a couple more in the morning and stuff. Yeah,
so we think we've got a pretty decent system down. We're still tweaking and figuring out how to capture all these applications, and there's a lot of them at once, and then what do we do with that information, and how do we get you on the forms and all this kind of stuff. So we think we've got a pretty decent system. I think we've got a few more ideas that we're still tweaking and things like that to make the workflow a little bit quicker. But for the most part, mostly everybody who has applied before maybe today has already been adhered to. Now you may not be in the guild yet because we're gonna feed that off to the guild officers and then get you actually in the guild. But it's all working. So get on over to GameBreaker Nation, fill out the application form, and get in there. That leads to another question a lot of people have been having, even before in chats. They've been asking, is the GameBreaker Nation just about MMOs? Is that all that we're covering? And I will say no. We're a cross-gaming group, a gaming group, right? Online gaming. So we were talking about This Week in MMO, and I'm excited about Battlefield 4. I play a lot of PC games as well. So I would encourage gamers to come in as well. Now, will some games be as popular as other ones? I mean, we're known for MMOs, right? We know that that's the core of our community, are mostly MMO people. So those are definitely going to be the sections that are fleshed out the most. I mean, the World of Warcraft peeps are already, busting at the seams. Same with the Final Fantasy peeps. But if you're a Battlefield player, PC gamer, whatever, come on over, sign up, let us know what your game. What we're going to do with some of the smaller, and Battlefield's definitely not a smaller game, but what we're going to sort of do with some of the games that we're not sure of is if you come in and you're showing, that you want to play this particular game, we'll make a room for you. We'll try and find some more gamers to play, and we'll kind of cultivate the community and find more players who want to play Battlefield. But I encourage all of you, and even asking the question like that, I think getting on here and talking about that so you guys are more aware that yes, all of those types of games are welcome. So if there's an online component to it where you can play with other people, the GBN is all about it. So come on over, not just MMOs. We started a second stream. I think I've mentioned this, but I want to let you know the GameBreaker Nation stream team has a separate Twitch channel. It is twitch.tv/GBNation. GB Nation. That's the Twitch URL. You can also find it if you come over to the GameBreaker Nation website and you go to live. We're embedding the stream team in here. I don't know if they're live right now, actually. Are they? No, they're not live right now. But this is where you can watch this as well. So on the GameBreakerNation.com, go to the live page, and this is where Stream Team will be streaming. And we're working towards getting the whole calendar built out for the Stream Team as well as the events. So again, I'm going to cover the website here. We have an upcoming events area. Click that, and you'll be greeted by this great calendar of awesomeness. So you can see here we got upcoming GBN events on the left. You can see this is already starting to flesh out. So coming this Saturday, I know Justin's going to tell us a little bit more about this. Actually, tell me more about it. So on Saturday, October 26th, we've got the World of Warcraft Leper Gnome Run at 6 Pacific. Again, really quick, a lot of people asking about what the time zone is. Right here. All times are -7 UTC, Pacific Standard. But what's up? What's the World of Warcraft Leper Gnome Run all about?
So I mean, I obviously had to find out about it, but I kind of wish I had a WoW account just to experience this. So you're gonna have both NA, Horde, and Alliance are gonna be able to get together, and they're going to transform themselves using the Hollow Ends wands or something, I believe is what it is, and transform themselves into leper gnomes. And then they're going to go through, the officers have chosen the most Halloween-like dungeons, and going to do a couple dungeon runs with that, and I guess you know, say kind of like a speed run with them, because they're lower-end dungeons depending on your level. And there's, it's basically just a get-together fun, transform into these leper gnomes, and run through the dungeons enjoyment. If you're a level 70 or above, you're going into a specific dungeon. If you're below level 70, there's a different dungeon for you to go into. But they're just going to form up groups real quick tomorrow at 6, and you're going to jump into those dungeons and have some fun.
And this is just some of the kind of the cool stuff we're doing. So like, you know, offshoot, kind of fun, quirky things like this. We want to have fun. We want to have events that are just kind of social and goofy. That being one of them, that sounds like it's going to be a ton of fun. All of these will be live streamed as well. So if you can't make it for some reason, they'll be live streamed on the GB Nation. Or if it's like a game that you're not, you know, playing, again, come and join and hang out in the chat room and watch. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's one. We're filling out some of these others here. I just want to look at them. So this is not everything yet. We're still working on getting everything out because we have tons of events planned. But it looks like on October 28th, we've got the Final Fantasy 14 Casual Raid and Dungeon Night. Now that's going to be, that's the, so what is that? That is on that's the weekly. That's Mondays. So basically every Monday going forward in Final Fantasy, we're doing the Casual Raid Dungeon Night in Final Fantasy. I see people in chat room actually asking about Final Fantasy. There you go. So that's Casual Night. It looks like Tuesdays.
Final Fantasy is pretty packed for that matter.
Yes.
I think they've got like 60 people already invited into the guild. I added a whole bunch more today that have a chance to get invited into the guild today, and they're growing. They're beating you out, WoW people. If you're a WoW person and you're wanting to be in that guild, you might need to get yourself signed up because they got all 4 guilds combined more than you.
And again, I want to stress that these aren't all the events we're planning. We have just started putting the first ones in. So it looks like Tuesdays are going to be WoW, World of Warcraft Casual Raid Dungeon Night. Obviously, you can see we're probably going to be doing hardcore raid dungeon nights as well, things like that. So that's Tuesdays. Wednesdays, League of Legends Summoner's Rift game night. It's going to be some League of Legends on Wednesdays. And then you can see, like, this is where it starts getting fun. This is actually where I love it, because we're going to start seeing all these multiple events on same nights, and some of you who play multiple games are going to get like, what do I do? What do I choose? But so that's what Thursdays at 6 Pacific, we've got Smite Conquest game night. At the same time, we've got World of Warcraft PvP night. And at the same time, we've got Rift Casual Raid Dungeon night. Now, the big question here is what will be streamed, right? I don't even know if we've really talked about that, but we'll have to figure it out. I don't know. I guess apparently we'll probably maybe just talk off the top of my head. You'd be utilizing some of the guild officer streams, personal streams as well, and we'll figure something out and put together a team. But again, I see this happening as we build this out more and more. I think with the amount of games we have and the amount of players we're going to have, you're going to see a lot of this overlap. And that's a good thing. Like, yeah, for some of you who play multiple games, you're going to have to make some choices, but that's really the idea, is we're going to have just events planned out the wazoo every day of the week, like different times, same times, the weekly, things like that. So you guys can like fit them into your schedule. So those are some of the consistent ones that we've got so far. We've got a ton more to fill in. And then also we're going to have the stream team calendar, which is like a separate one you can see here in red. It's not filled out yet at all. I threw one in there this morning just to kind of get the calendar built out. But we'll be color coding the stream team stuff probably in red. This was a Hearthstone this morning with Sarai, and there'll be a separate area here where you'll be able to see all that stuff. So you're going to want to check this a lot. We'll work on some other stuff, and once we get ramped up with things like newsletters and things like that, we'll be sending hopefully in the next month or two, when we get ramped up with everything with newsletters, we can send you guys email blasts that tell you what's happening during the week and things like that of that nature. But for right now, you're going to want to be hitting the GameBreakerNation.com. And I'd say you're going to be looking at this almost daily, because I can imagine, like, even when we get off this show, there's probably a ton of stuff we can fill in on this calendar even right now. So check that out. The past events, again, if you guys missed an event, so we've had 2 events so far. You can find them 2 different ways. We've got them on the front page if you scroll down here, right here, or if you click the past events area. We're documenting all of them. So, like our Halloween hunt in World of Warcraft, here is the entire video. You could watch that if you missed it. We've got some screenshots of the winners and things like that. That was a fun event.
You know, Gary, someone asked if they could, if there was like an app or something for the calendar, and I noticed that there's an iCal feed down at the bottom.
Yes, there is. So there are ways, I believe, I haven't looked into it, but I think you can tap into this with your own. If you go down here, there's an iCal feed button. So look at that. I'm looking at some other ways. I'm with you. I'm with you on the mobile device tip to kind of look at the Game Breaker Nation. Can't guarantee it. Maybe another app just for the nation. I don't know. Not soon, but that would be nice, because I know it's going to get kind of hectic to kind of pay attention to all of this stuff. So that is going super well. Fill out the application. Get it in now. Whatever game you're interested in, let us know. We'll get it processed as soon as possible and get in there. With that, you'll receive the Mumble info. You'll receive form access, and you will receive instructions on how to get into the games of your choice. So you could be part of any of the guilds that we got running, and all of them, none of them, whatever you want. So next up, we're giving away BlizzCon in a box. If you guys cannot make BlizzCon, we have a giveaway running right now to win BlizzCon in a box. It's a virtual ticket for BlizzCon to watch in HD with a bunch of swag to invite your friends over. You got like thundersticks, stickers, kazoos, buttons, tattoos, papercraft, all kinds of good stuff. Go over to GameBreaker.tv. That's over on GameBreaker.tv, and you'll see the little banner there. Click it. Really easy to enter. Just fill out the information, including your street address and all that stuff, and make sure that stuff is right, because we don't have time with BlizzCon being so close to get in contact with you and get all your info of how to send you the box, because we're sending you physical stuff. So you got to fill out all your street address info so we can like pick a winner, and boom, it's off to the postal service. What else we got? We're adding the events. Invites are going out. Questions about EU. EU, Justin. What's going on there with EU Warcraft? It's a little delayed.
Yeah, so I've noticed that a lot of you have asked to join the EU guild, and you're probably sitting there going, why am I not being invited? What's going on here for World of Warcraft? And we are trying to get them. Because the way of WoW splitting it up from each server, you have to have a completely separate account and separate character and stuff to be able to get the guilds. So the guilds were being held under someone else's account for us temporarily, and we have to get them transferred over to us, set up, and then get our officers and lead of them in order to start inviting you all. So Missy is working on that. I can't say when, but watch the Twitter, watch the Facebook. We'll announce it when it's ready to go, so you can be definitely ready and be prepared to join them. And they will have a night for raiding as well. It will be on Fridays, but I didn't want to put it on the calendar until we were ready.
So bear with us on a little bit of that. Like you said, we weren't pushing this thing like, opening the floodgates and telling everybody. You notice we didn't even put like banners on GameBreaker.tv and stuff yet to let anybody know about that it even exists. Really, it's been in a few of the shows for you guys watching GBN Cast, the super hardcore. We want to get you guys in first before we really start telling everybody about it and kind of ramp some of this stuff up. So it's a pretty massive undertaking with the amount of people we're looking at bringing this in. So we want to work out all the kinks and the workflow and the data and how we can talk to each other internally to make sure that you guys have the best experience possible. And we're learning, because we never did this before, so we're learning. So EU peeps, bear with us. WoW is definitely in the works. And then I would say for questions about EU guilds and other games and things like that where there's EU, again, it's going to be dictated a little bit of how much interest and how many people we have for a particular game. So if we get a whole bunch of EU Rift people, we will absolutely start getting, find an EU coordinator, find an EU officer, bring you guys in and start making events and all kinds of things like that. It's really going to depend on what kind of response we get from you. Last thing I got here before we get to questions, I've got a new show coming to GameBreaker. Yes, new show. I've just been told before the show that I might have to change the name, and whoever had this name, I hate you, because it's a pretty good name. I liked it. but apparently there might be another show called this. So I don't know if that changed. So I'm not going to announce the show name, but I'm doing a show with Mr. Pat Crane and the Coltrane from the Convert to Raid show, and it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be basically kind of like a first look series / review-ish kind of show, about a 30-minute show where each episode is focused on one particular game. So we will play a PC game. None of us will converse about it to each other. We will all come together on the show, and we will give you our take on that game. So
see, this show has me interested because there's too many games released every single day. I have no clue if I should buy them or not. I don't have $12 to $15, $20 to throw every single day.
And that's the crazy things. I started looking at Steam and I was like, oh my God, like literally every day there's like 2 or 3 games that look really good on Steam. And that was the point. So we're only going to do this show once a week. If this show does pretty well, I'll look at trying to maybe do a sort of first look kind of series almost daily. There's so many of these, but the Coltrane and the Pat can't do it. You know, the 3 of us to get together is going to be a weekly show. So that'll be something special. So you could expect some laughs and entertainment, some Coltrane's amazing voice, and maybe some pee that smells like asparagus. I don't know. All right, so that's coming soon. I think first episode will be next week, actually. So, awesome. And it's going to be, and actually, that will be, it's a late one. It's going to be Thursdays at 10 p.m. Pacific, late after Legendary. Is that
live as well?
That is live as well, and it will be after Legendary, late one. But people's, people work some crazy jobs. That Coltrane's hard to pin down, man. It's hard to pin down. He's a busy man. All right, let's do some quick questions. We got a question from Michael Price here. He says, I was wondering what I would need to do live stream World of Warcraft or other games on GB Nation and Twitch, and how your schedule works. Thanks for your time. So I'll say the first of it, Justin, you take over from there. I think the first thing you need to do is you probably need to have an upload speed capable of producing a decent quality stream. That's number 1.
Yes. Number 2.
Which they can go to speedtest.net and check their upload speed. What do you think they need around? Like what's a roughly good speed?
I mean, if you want to stream 720p, which we're kind of going to be expecting most people to, you're probably going to need to have at least a 3 megabit upload to have a decent quality without worries. Some people have skirted by with 2.5 and such, but it gets really iffy there. If you play single player games, that might be all right, but a multiplayer game, you're probably going to want that 3 megabit or higher.
All right, so that's the first thing. You check your stream upload speed. So what else are we looking for?
I want you to have experience having streamed before, and don't just apply saying, "Oh, I want to learn how to stream." We don't have time to teach you everything about streaming right away and get you just from our channel alone. So if you can get onto your own stream, do an hour or so of streaming for some experience, that in itself would be awesome. That would be very helpful, and that would probably make it really easy for me. If I see that, if I can see that you can do that, and then I can much more move along the process for you.
And then as far as like the schedule works, we're trying to work that out. I mean, right now it's kind of been just like when people are available. I would personally, I don't know about you, Justin, I would like, hopefully, for some more people to start stepping forward that can kind of give us, hey, these are days I can stream and these are exact times I can stream. That way we can start filling out the schedule. And of course, we know people's lives change and, you're not going to be able to make it, and we can change stuff like that. But it would be nice to be able to slot these times in days with streams that people can watch the calendar and know when you're on. So I think that's kind of important.
Yeah, I mean, when I thought of this idea for the stream team, that's what I really wanted. I wanted to be able to know that, hey, it's 3 o'clock, I'm getting off work, and so is streaming here. Or I look at the calendar, I go, oh, well, here's when I want to watch Zista play whatever he's playing, or watch Sophis play this game, or Missy's going to be jumping on WoW here and doing some kind of dungeon run at this time. I wanted to be able to look at that schedule and know. We want to fill it out 24 hours ahead of time, or 24 hours a day. We want to have the whole week scheduled for you. So if you can stream, if you can guarantee that you can stream every day at this time, or every other day, or 2-3 times a week at a specific time, or at specific any time, that would be great. Those people, I'm looking for you. I want you on the stream team. I want you always streaming.
And then I think on top of that, maybe we'll start doing it in the next few weeks once we get a nice pool of streamers, is not all the time, but like we'll figure out some times and dates that like we can get all the streamers together in our Mumble chat room and even just talk about like some techniques, like, you know, how to just get better at streaming and just like, you know, how to interact with the audience and just like tips and things like that about just being a host on camera and stuff like that. And I'll jump in and totally, if you guys show interest and want like some tips and things like that about getting out front and on camera and talking to the chat room. I'm not a great, I don't do a lot of gameplay streaming. And I've said this before. It's like, I'm bad at it. Like my brain, it doesn't work. I'm no man versus game. He is so good at the gameplay and like the talking to chat and all that. And that's why I don't do much live streaming. But again, I can give like, you know, so jump in there and I'll help you guys out as much as I can with just tips and stuff like that about how to interact and become a better streamer. Next question I got here is, how will the EU side be handled with the main GB staff being American? Sure. The main
are EU.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most of the officers and event coordinators that we'll be getting for the EU guilds will be EU. So yes, they will have to talk to Justin and Missy who are on US time zones. But again, the actual officers and event planners that we are pulling for those guilds are all in those time zones, part of the EU. So that's how we're handling that.
And what gamer has a regular sleeping schedule anyways?
Yes, really. I know. No one. Will GB Nation ever go to console? Again, I'm totally open to it. So I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5 right now, and if you guys want to start a clan and run around in something like that on the multiplayer component, I'm totally for it. We know our core base of people are MMO players. That's how we've all come together becoming GameBreaker fans, right? So, but are we against console stuff? No. Can I guarantee there's going to be like, 100 people ready to go play, some console game like Grand Theft or Battlefield even on PC? No, because I know most of us are all MMO players. So, but please, if you want to do something like that, you got to see your interest, and we've got to maybe see some interest from multiple people so we can like make the room, link people up, like get people starting to play, and then that'll generate more buzz. And even with the Mumble service right now, I could only encourage you guys, start just getting in there when you can. And I know some of the games like, Rift and things like that, there isn't as many people, and get in the Mumble channel, hang out. Even if you're a lone wolf for a while, telling you, if you hang out for a while, it's good. Somebody will see it. Because what I'm seeing is like, if there's nobody in a room and then somebody like jumps in and they go, oh, there's nobody there, and I just leave or something. Go in and hang out. You'd be surprised if you hang out for a while that somebody else might just jump in and chat, So do that.
Definitely.
And
I was gonna say for that type of thing, I know some people are looking at things and going, well, you don't have a guild for this. I'm not bothering with it. And like you were using an example earlier, Battlefield 4. I mean, if you all jump in and you're playing it and you get a whole bunch of people and you meet them in game and get them brought over and they start playing it and stuff and they join the guild, and then Missy might jump down, pull one of you inside and go, hey, I see what you're doing here. You want to run a clan and start doing tournaments with Battlefield 4 or something? I mean, you all start participating, we'll see it. And we'll start looking at you for higher positions.
Yep, and talking about even some of those games like Battlefield or Minecraft where they're server based. If we have community, we'll absolutely get our own private Minecraft server. We'll absolutely get a Battlefield server. And if we have enough players, and you guys want to lock it down to just GameBreaker Nation people playing Battlefield 4, I'm down. So any of those server games as well, we will support it as long as you guys show the interest. Last question here, it kind of falls into the same thing. They said, do we just cover MMOs or other online games? Again, this is a big question that you guys are all asking. So apparently a lot of you want to know this. And again, show the interest. Console, PC, especially PC, of course. Show the interest. Please jump in there. Even if you're just going to start playing Battlefield and you're the first person, ask one of the officers, ask me, ask Justin, say, hey, can I get a Battlefield 4 room? Boom, it's done. We'll get it for you made and you got a room. So it's not just the MMOs. So I think that's it for this week. Definitely check the calendars. Check the calendars. I think over the next few days we'll be adding a bunch more events, especially like the specific cool fun events that we're doing one-offs. Maybe some hardcore raiding nights and stuff like that coming as well. And we'll do the show again next Friday at 4. So keep you guys in the date. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are like the hardcore of the hardcore GameBreaker fans. We love you for it. And we'll see you on the GameBreaker Nation. Everybody get over right now. GameBreakerNation.com. Go sign up. Do it.
I'm ready to play some games with them.
Go right now. Bomb the site. Go for it. See you in a few.